In this video, we've compiled the most disturbing moments on Undercover Boss. Without further ado, let's get started. Jimbo from Hooters.
The hair, is it styled?
It looks styled to me.
She looks like a Hollywood starlet.
Yes.
Right? Okay, that's what we're looking for. Compliment her on her lack of nails.
The CEO of Hooters, Kobe Brooks, posed as a new employee in one of his renowned restaurants. Prior to starting his work, Kobe emphasized the significance of the general manager and wanted to see how this particular branch's GM managed operations. However, what he witnessed turned out to be completely unexpected.
Jimbo made it very clear that, we are about the Hooters girl.
Get another tattoo before tomorrow, too, okay?
He was very clear on what the brand's about. I don't think he's clear on how the brand should be treated.
Jimbo's mistreatment and disrespectful behavior towards the servers was a frequent occurrence. The situation took a dramatic turn when Jimbo had to make a decision of selecting a server to leave early. The circumstances started to escalate after that point.
You want to leave early today? Cuts are going to be on games. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Jimbo had a desire to involve the staff member in games. To make matters worse, the game he chose was designed to embarrass and ridicule them. His intention to engage in such games added an extra layer of unpleasantness to the situation.
As a heart attack. The first girl that finishes her plate of beans will go home. Come on, girl, who wants to go home?
In order to maintain his anonymity, Kobe found himself having to be an observer of the unpleasant event. He used every bit of his might to not utter a word. At the big reveal, Kobe confronted Jimbo, delivering a stern warning about his managerial style, which directly contradicted the core values of Hooters.
The way that you interact with the girls, quite frankly, is inappropriate. You're not giving them the respect that they need. There's no way that your entire staff is made up of completely prima donnas.
Kobe explained to Jimbo that there are lines that are not meant to be crossed. He also demanded that the manager apologize to his staff. But despite the CEO pointing out everything he did wrong, Jimbo attempted to justify his actions.
If I'm too competitive and if I'm too harsh, man, it works. I do have a track record of building sales and
You can build profit all you want. That's not what I want. It's all about being respectful.
Michael and Danielle from GSI Commerce.
She's going to be able to help you out learning the systems a little bit better there, so you guys have at it.
I need all the help in the world.
Fake the confidence. Act like you've been here 10 years and you're good to go. Our job is to be the punching bag and take the abuse.
The founder and CEO of GSI Commerce, Michael Rubin, donned a disguise to start working for his company and see if there were any improvements that could be made. Michael started as a trainee at one of GSI's call centers. He was put under the guidance of Danielle. After a brief introduction to what the job entails, Michael was immediately tasked with taking calls from concerned customers.
All right, let's do it.
Hit the auto in?
Yep.
L3, this is Gary. Can I help you?
It got canceled due to a setup error.
The setup error means this wasn't the customer's fault at all.
The only thing that will make her happy is if she doesn't want a credit after the fact.
Why don't you transfer to me, please? You need to put it through at the price that's on the website today.
No, I'm not waiting on a credit to be issued.
Michael was only on his first call when Danielle started going against what she taught him earlier.
She's overpowering you right now.
Business is really important to us. So
I'm
just,
waiting on a credit. Do you see the email that was sent
Yes.
to me on November?
Yes.
we definitely see.
Yes, I see the email.
Yeah,
I asked to put her on
I
hold.
absolutely see,
You're not
I
getting
absolutely
it.
see the email. Can you hold on one second, please?
Here's the problem. At this point, she's not going to accept an after-the-fact credit. You have to sound confident at this point and put her in her place.
But
She
don't we want
doesn't.
to make her happy?
We can't make her happy.
And is she ever going to come back and buy from us again if we...
We can't please them.
The customer on the phone was being rude, but the situation wasn't helped at all by how Danielle was responding to how the customer was acting. Michael's rage was building as the call continued. He had to bite his tongue so he wouldn't break his cover right then.
Ma'am, Elizabeth, you're not letting me talk, so I can't help you, Elizabeth.
It took every bit of constraint I had to let that call even go on. She didn't want to make the customer happy.
Okay, corporate's number is 1-800.
I went from heartbroken to extreme frustration and anger. Not what I expect of my employees.
When it was time to reveal his true identity, Michael chastised Danielle for her dismissive and combative attitude toward the customer. Michael would have fired Danielle at that moment, but Danielle told him something that convinced him to give her one last shot to prove herself.
It was killing me. I mean, I was really mad. I wanted to jump in there and blow my cover.
Because I'm actually a few weeks into it. I got 2 days of training, so much.
And I understand that. That's no excuse to be rude to a customer, Danielle.
I could have handled it with a little bit more class.
Wes from Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I'm looking for Wes. I'm Pete.
I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know back here. Because when it comes to this, there ain't a damn thing. Okay, but you gotta do exactly as I say.
I want to learn.
Nader Masada, the co-founder, president, and CEO of the restaurant franchise Buffalo Wings and Rings, had been hearing reports about the behavior of one of his employees. He decided to go on the show to see what was going on in that particular branch. At his new undercover job, Nader encountered the kitchen manager, Wes, who immediately started judging and insulting him from the moment they met.
Pete is dressed like a dork. Scumbag, gold chain, the thick nerd glasses. Damn, you're gonna work back here with me. I have to get the lead out of your ass.
The situation only got worse as Nader continued his training under Wes. Wes treated everyone like garbage and made life in the kitchen a living hell.
You look like a pretty lonely guy. You probably should have some pretty good wrist action. Can't be a bitch back here.
No, I'll try not to be. What an ass.
You might be the biggest D-bag in history. Pete is a little bitch.
Later in the day, a new shift started with mostly young kids working. The age of the employee didn't matter to Wes, though, as he treated everyone equally bad.
Wes's behavior is definitely a bad representation of my brand.
Brendan has a mangina.
You always like this?
Are you on crack? Mainly what I get in here. Kids, high school kids. I'm an ass, I'm a kid, I'm harsh, I'm over the top. Fear equals respect. I'm gonna kick you straight in your little baby nut.
When Nader's day with Wes was finally over, he set up a meeting with the franchise's manager.
Is he just putting an act on?
No, that's him. He has no respect for anybody in that restaurant. He does treat his kitchen staff low, but there's no telling Wes.
I need to talk to Sean.
Later, Nader called in the manager and the franchise owner, Sean, to help him confront Wes. The trio tried their best to communicate to Wes that his behavior was unacceptable, but Wes disagreed and expressed that he had no plans to change how he acted and treated others.
I was a little intimidated by you, and you were very strong.
I am that way, often, but not always.
Kids come in for the second shift, and you still use language that I wouldn't typically use.
I'm not their guidance counselor, I'm their manager.
The problem has to be fixed. I think I would have a better chance at success if we separate.
Go on then. I'm not gonna change me. I am who I am. Sorry, I'm such a scary monster.
Ronnie from Boston Market.
The CEO is putting a lot of faith in me for this assignment, and I have to get it right. Customer interaction happens. I can influence the customers.
Breaking away from the show's usual format, Boston Market CEO George Michel devised a plan for Chief Brand Officer Sarah Bittorf to assume an undercover role, so she could delve into the inner workings of the company and its employees. Sarah's assignment led her to encounter Ronnie, the hourly shift manager of the restaurant. He was in charge of training her.
Our hourly shift supervisors are in a leadership role. They set the tone for all of the employees in the restaurant. We want them to be energetic, positive attitude.
You excited?
Yeah, a little nervous.
You have a great teacher.
Oh, good.
Standard procedure is to greet the customer as they walk in and say, hello, welcome to Boston Market, blah, blah, blah.
From the outset, Ronnie exuded a friendly demeanor that initially caught Sarah's attention. However, as the shift progressed, Sarah's perception of him slowly deteriorated. She couldn't ignore the mounting red flags that became increasingly evident, painting a picture of Ronnie's unmistakable lack of enthusiasm and apparent contempt towards his role.
Shouldn't be a question, because that is what corporate has told us to do. Otherwise, we get in trouble with ridiculous standards.
Ronnie kept referencing, this is the way we do it because corporate tells us. That concerns me a little.
Although it's indeed unsettling to observe an employee who's discontent and openly disparages the company they work for, such behavior may not always be grounds for immediate dismissal. However, when Ronnie took it further and brazenly aired his contempt for something crucial to the business's success, his actions crossed a critical line. Ronnie effectively dug his own grave as he continued to talk.
Children and old people are literally the worst I've ever seen in my entire life because none of them know what they want. I don't know how hard it is to read a menu, but they're customers, they're not anything special. Customers are such little bitches.
Sarah was utterly taken aback by Ronnie's remarks, prompting her to deviate from the show's usual format and opted to disclose her true identity to Ronnie without delay. During their conversation, Sarah addressed Ronnie's attitude and stressed the importance of the customer to him. Despite Sarah's efforts, it appeared that her words had little influence on Ronnie.
I'm going to send you home for the day. I want to think about whether this is really a great job choice for you.
It's not wrong of me to hate people. They don't know I'm saying it, so it's not really that big a deal.
Harlan and Blaze from Yankee Candle.
Oh my God. They're just going to do whatever they want. I'm going to just go. I dropped it. I got another? Well, no. You definitely just dropped that in there because here.
Yankee Candle CEO Harlan Kent started working for his company in disguise in Season 3, Episode 8 of the show. He wanted to gain an understanding of what happens at their stores day to day. Harlan met Blaze at his new job, who expressed his frustrations about the customers he had to handle.
He's angry about some things. I'm not sure what exactly it is that's making him angry, but that's not great for all the rest of the team.
Leave you a mess like this. As bad as this comes across, sometimes I feel like punching an 8-year-old.
Harlan was deeply disturbed by what he heard from Blaze. He was questioning if the young man should even be working there. Harlan made sure to let Blaze know that his behavior was unacceptable when he met with him later.
Language, especially in a place where you're trying to create a great atmosphere, that's just the wrong time, wrong place.
Harlan was considering letting Blaze go, but tried to get a better understanding of the young man before making any rash decisions.
Is everything okay at home with you?
That's a tough question. I mean, my dad's definitely gone through some very tough times, but he's turned his life around. A very rough past.
Harlan decided against firing Blaze and offered him an opportunity to change for the better.
Have you got a role model or somebody who can help you with career advice, school advice, things like that?
I just have, advisors at school, and I don't feel the comfortableness talking to them and asking them questions.
That's hard. I mean, if you'd want to. You don't have to do this just because I'm the CEO. I'm offering this as a person who's had the opportunity to see a bunch of different things.
Brad from True Value.
Nice to meet you, Lewis.
Nice to meet you.
I'm gonna take you through a normal day here at True Value.
Fantastic.
We're gonna smoke some cigarettes. We're gonna flirt with some women. We're gonna sell some.
I'm sorry, we're gonna do what?
The president and CEO of True Value Company, John Hartman, posed as a new employee for his company that is one of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperatives in the world. He appeared on Undercover Boss to get a more informed perspective of how his companies run day to day. However, John wasn't prepared for what was waiting for him at the store he decided to work in.
Time out. Excuse me, miss. You're looking for nails. Well, you're in the right place. Maybe like a value pack set would help.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice meeting you.
That was great. The customer didn't come to the store looking for a boyfriend.
My goodness. Scrumptious.
I was really concerned that he was going to do something that would require me to take immediate action.
Right out of the gate, Brad made a horrible first impression on John. Things only got worse as John's shift went on, as Brad showed that he was more than willing to slack off when given the chance. Brad was also more focused on their female customers, hoping to get their phone numbers. Brad's behavior was far from appropriate, but he surprised John when he showed throughout the day that he was actually knowledgeable when it came to hardware.
You could strip out your bolts.
Okay.
One of our battery-operated ones, if you're gonna put together something like that.
Brad comes off as a bit of a lazy guy, but then he's knowledgeable. He understands the product. I'm trying to figure him out.
When it was time to reveal his true identity, John reprimanded Brad for how he acted while at work. It would have made sense if John fired Brad right then, but he decided against it. Instead, he offered to act as the young man's mentor.
I'll give it to you straight. Hardware store is not the place where you pick up girls. Our customers are there for one purpose, only to be treated respectfully. I saw a different Brad, and I was really glad that I didn't give up on you in the first 5 minutes. Can I be blunt with you? Isn't there a better Brad somewhere?
He's in there.
Let him out.
Aaron from Donato's Pizza.
Grab the ticket, take the bag up here, and then we're just out the door. All right, so come up and watch what I do.
You're a run, huh?
You want to address the customer by their name. Hey, what's up, Mark? How you doing?
Donato's Pizza chairperson, Jane Grode-Abel, donned a disguise to work as a delivery driver for her pizza chain. She took on fellow delivery driver Aaron's job and received mentorship from him, acquiring a solid foundation in the essential aspects of the position. While working alongside Aaron, Jane was impressed by his adeptness at balancing efficiency and speed with maintaining excellent customer relationships.
I love that Aaron had a really great customer service balance with speed. Your total was 15:18.
All right, now run. All right, boom. We're at 1 minute and 8 seconds.
That was good, right?
That was epic.
Aaron's perfect picture of what a delivery driver is.
Aaron seemed to be an exemplary delivery driver. Jane expressed admiration for the young man's skills and qualities. However, as time progressed, she uncovered a flaw in his customer interactions.
A lot of people smoke pot, and they will, invite me to come in for a little bit.
You do not. I can't think of another time I've been this disappointed. Not only is it just not safe, it's illegal.
What she learned about Aaron caused Jane to be filled with deep revulsion towards the young man. Later, when Jane revealed her true identity, she reprimanded Aaron for the illegal activities he admitted to doing. She then firmly expressed that she had no choice but to take appropriate action.
When you told me you smoked pot on the job, I've never been so angry in my life. But you know I have to let you go. As a delivery driver.
Amidst the challenging situation, Jane managed to find a glimmer of hope. As she had worked alongside Aaron, she recognized his untapped potential. Jane offered Aaron a position that could potentially benefit both of them.
But I want to make a deal with you because I do like you. You do a lot of the right things. I'm going to give you a second chance. If you can take a drug test in 30 days, come back and work in the kitchen.
Jose and Jim from Mako.
Come to this shop because it's one of the best ones in our company. It's ranked number 9. They do $2.5 million, and I want to learn from the best. I'm looking for Jim. Today it's going to be a real test. I have never been a body tech. I've actually never done any type of work similar to this.
Jose Costa, the president of Mako, posed as a new employee in his auto painting and repair shop company. He wanted to use the show to see how their operations are really going. At his new job, Jose undergoes training with the body tech, Jim. Jim immediately judged Jose based on his looks, but still taught the new employee what he needed to know.
You're gonna be my victim today, huh?
Sounds good.
What I do around here is I'm an auto body tech. I repair the dents. I give you your uniform here.
Sounds good.
When I first saw Alberto, I was shocked, but everybody gets a chance. Grab the paperwork, and I'll go around and circle it. Then you have left rear door dings.
This will take you more than a day.
No, it better not.
Jose had zero experience in doing body tech work, and Jim was quick to spot how nervous Jose was while on the job.
Oh my God, I've never sanded a car in my life.
Just sand where the dent is. Try not to be so jittery. Alberto was handling the tools like he never had touched them before. My 3-year-old kid would probably be a better sander than Alberto.
As part of Jose's training, Jim gave him some tips on how to make more money while doing less work. Jose didn't like what he heard, though, and had to stop himself from confronting Jim.
You learn, one, what you can get away with when it's painted. You know what? You need to do that to make money. You know, cut corners.
It shouldn't be cutting corners. That's unacceptable. We have strict guidelines that need to be followed. It pissed me off, and I had to bite my tongue. High quality for a fair price.
Jose was getting more and more angry as he continued working with Jim. However, he calmed down a bit when Jim shared the hardships he had gone through in the past.
Some time in jail for 2 years, and I guess did not go down the road I had wanted to, and got messed up in the alcohol and stuff. And I had gotten my 3rd DUI up in Pennsylvania. They wanted to send me to jail for 5 years.
Wow.
I had already done 2. I didn't want to do 5. Spent 18 months down here in a rehab. It was not so much being in there or secluded, but not being able to see your family. And I missed a lot of time with my 2 older kids.
Later, Jose revealed who he was to Jim. Jose reprimanded Jim for how he went about doing his job. He also said that he was ready to fire the body tech, but he reconsidered when he got to know about Jim's struggles.
You're a good man, but you're cutting corners. I was gonna pull my disguise and fire you. You're a good body man. You talked about second chances and opportunities, so I'm going to give you 30 days to improve and show me that you can meet our standards. You think you can change, Jim?
Yes.
I'll follow up with you in 30 days, and I hope I see a change.
Thank you.
Keith from Budget Blinds donned a disguise and started working for his company that is the largest window coverings franchise in North America. He wanted to observe if their systems were being run smoothly and efficiently. Chad began working in his company's franchise in Morris, Illinois under the...
But there's sometimes too many questions.
Or you lean it more towards a...
And too many choices.
There's a huge variety of colors.
Sometimes less is more in sales.
Chad noted that while there were some good aspects to Keith's sales technique, the franchise owner seemed to be trying too hard. And that may be the reason why he wasn't getting as many sales as he should be. Continued to talk negatively about the CEO and pointed out the things he believed were flaws in how the company was run.
Chad, our CEO, I think his background is marketing, so that's kind of his baby. Pretty rigid.
ELS.
I'm going to be working in the dispatch, dealing with customers, where the chauffeurs are going. My greatest fear being at this facility is that I will get caught.
CEO of Empire CLS Worldwide Chauffeured Services, David Seelinger, went incognito as a new employee of his high-end chauffeured transportation company. He wanted to gain first-hand insights into their operations. David began his role within the dispatch department, where he was assigned the task of training alongside Anthony, a dispatcher in the call center.
Nice to meet you, Anthony. Ready to get started? Yeah, I'd love to see it. The perfect dispatcher is somebody that can juggle a lot of things at one time.
David attentively listened as Anthony handled incoming calls. He became unsettled by the condescending tone that Anthony used when speaking to both a client and one of their drivers. He was perplexed and ultimately appalled by Anthony's demeanor.
Is it that big of a deal for you to make a quick stop? I don't want him to tell me what we got to do. This is our company. This is your ride. You could just let Mr.
Hold on.
I'm adding an extra stop.
I wanted to grab the phone from him. I'm beside myself.
David had to take a deep breath to control his temper. Anthony's attitude was incredibly unpleasant, making it challenging for David to keep his cover. As the two talked, the situation deteriorated further. Anthony persisted in relentlessly criticizing the business with no regard for the consequences his words may hold.
They look after for the people that are up top, and all of us little worms that are at the bottom scrambling for a piece of bread or something that's not there.
Anthony feels like we've stuck him in this rut. I think he's his own worst enemy. The one thing I always tell my employees is if you're not satisfied with your job, get out.
During the big reveal, David chastised Anthony for his unacceptable conduct and attitude. Although Anthony came close to being fired by David, the boss ultimately chose to refrain from doing so. He offered his employee something great instead.
I came so close to ripping that wig off. It was completely inappropriate. Inside a professional business environment, you can't act like that. You can excel. It's not too late. And I'll work with you. We'll meet in my office. We'll talk about your future. I'll write.
As they progressed through the day, Rich was shocked by an interaction he witnessed between Andrew and the warehouse's general manager, Brian. Campgrounds of America.
Hi, my name's Sadie. I'm going to help you right now, hon. You said July 3rd arriving?
July 3rd, 45-foot,
Okay, so for this system here, this is called campsite. So let's register you into 368 first. Tim can help you. So we're going to type in F2. Front desk to guest services.
It's like a tsunami.
Campgrounds of America CEO Jim Rogers went undercover at his company that runs a franchise of privately owned campgrounds. He wanted to look behind the curtain and see if their systems are working the way that they should be. Jim starts working at one of their stores in KOA Delta with the manager Sadie. Minutes into his shift, he witnesses how crazy things can get.
Just a second, guys.
I'm a loyal KOA customer, too.
Sorry to make you wait.
You can't be on hold for 5 minutes, idiot.
I'm sorry?
Sadie encounters a rude customer on the phone. She tries her best to make the customer happy, but his mood and behavior isn't improving. The customer on the phone is clearly getting more frustrated as time goes by and even resorts to insulting Sadie.
And isn't 11 late for check-in? That's ridiculous.
All campgrounds are that way.
I want to talk to the manager.
That's me.
You sure don't sound like a manager.
Yeah, but you're being incredibly rude to me, and I'm trying to help you. I'm not going to be screamed at, and I'm not going to have someone just sit there and degrade me while I'm trying to help you.
Jim silently watched and listened as Sadie continued to talk to the rude customer. He fully expected Sadie to lose her cool and start screaming at the customer. However, Jim was surprised by how Sadie handled the situation.
Why don't you put whoever's really in charge on the phone and go back to painting your nails?
He's not in, but I can transfer to his voicemail.
Do that.
That's something that happens.
That's normal.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Sadie, thank you.
You're welcome, Mark. Have a good one.
You know, that's a special kind of person that can do that and maintain her cool.
At the big reveal, Jim commended Sadie for her patience with the rude customer. He also said that he was impressed by how Sadie expertly handled not only the customer on the phone, but all of the customers that came into the store. Jim decided to reward Sadie for her dedication to her job.
When we were out in the boat, it was very clear to me that you had a family that you would love to share, you know, some of your joy of the water. I'd like to give you $5,000 to get your family to come spend a week and let them just enjoy and see what you love so much.
So you're paying for my whole family to come to the KOA?
We'll put them in the deluxe cabins, you know, first-class guests.
These interactions with employees can sometimes get pretty crazy. Click now to see undercover bosses who were shocked by rude employees.